Hello everyone, this is the Mad Salvi letting you know that unless things are proven with Twitter posts and stuff like that and have actual proof behind it, treat everything in this thing as a theory. I will try to mark certain things as news and theory and everything like that to kind of let you guys understand, but also, you know, use a critical mind. And I hope you do enjoy. Japanese stocks decided to take an accelerate version. Basically, they decided to take any color stock and be like, I can do better. And they decided to hurt themselves in their confusion as well. Of course, this is the reason why any color and cover are down, I think. Because if you look at this, the Nikkei was on the uptick, had a little bit of a drop, but then suddenly it dropped a lot. It looked like it dropped by like 10 percentage points or more. Japanese stock market accelerating, any color and cover may affect the downfall. Rat news. Japan's stock market index went from close to maybe almost 40,000 to 31,000. That's, holy crap, that's like 20%. That's actually like a 20% drop. It's 11% according to this from their last thing, but from their highest that I saw there, it was almost a 20% drop. But from where they were before, it's an 11% drop, but still, that's a marker of the whole thing, like I mentioned. Commodity Forex, foreign exchange, United States dropped 0.048 or 0.05%, United Kingdom stayed stable, and Japan dropped 0.16. So this is their actual commodity foreign exchange. It ends up being, if I'm not mistaken, their liquidity, their actual dollar amount, that type of thing. So Nikkei saw the largest 3-session loss since 2011 financial crisis as it opened a new tab. The new tab dropped eye-watering 8.0%, and MSCI Asia Pacific shares outside Japan opened a new tab and fell 2.8%. 2.2 increase, the Chinese blue chips. Basically, Asia's getting hit hard right now, from what it looks like. Japanese 10-year bonds have a sharply dropped 17%, which is bad for the yields, which means you'll be getting 17% less back after you, for whatever it is that you need to do when you get the treasury bonds. Will any color and cover affect the changes, or is it a nothing burger? I think it's not so much that any color and cover affected the Nikkei. It's more that the Nikkei affected any color and cover, because they're deeply tied to each other. As you can see here, they both dropped. They're deeply tied to each other. And it says there's potential for cover and any color to drag down along with the current market shares, financial crisis in Japan. It does look like there is possibly another financial crisis after 2011. If it keeps dropping, then it's going to be very bad for any color and cover, because of course they're deeply tied to that. And a lot of companies are deeply tied to that. Look at the 2008 financial crisis that hit the US. A lot of companies went down because, there was a panic. People were selling, less market shares. The actual profits were dropping too. Everything was dropping. Outside of VTubing and anime communities, there's speculation from the right-wing communities about a potential global financial reset. If that happens, then of course all these other companies are going to be affected. It is not going to be a good thing for either of them. And of course, sell. Sir, I'm being a witness to history that will appear in the economics textbooks decades later. It's likely enough for me not to like it. Great Reset says things started to appear in certain forums, not giving me any confidence. Yeah, the Great Reset may not actually be a thing, but this is not necessarily a panic moment, but this means that the economy in Japan is not doing very well. That means that the economy in Japan is that people don't have confidence in it, and it might fall again. And of course, the world is tied to everything. Like Japan is tied to the US is tied to Japan, and all the first world nations tend to be tied to each other in their economies. So this is just a little bit of a Salvi numbers game thing. Hakka tells how his Japan trip was paid by Yagoo. And more context in the comment. And it looks like it was actually by Yagoo and not by Hololive themselves. Of course, Yagoo can get that done as a business expense, especially if he's using the company card to do it. If he does it on a personal self when doing the company card, then yeah, he can definitely get it paid as a business expense because they are a large corporation and they have a lot of expenses. So that's one thing I also want you to remember. It's not like he didn't do it out of the kindness of his heart, because the fact that he did it at all means that he had kindness involved in the whole thing. But also remember, wanting to remind people that yes, they are large corporations, and large corporations do this because they can, because they have the money, number one, and number two, they have the thing set up in the world to make it so that they have these types of breaks. It's just the way it is. So let's hear what he has to say.
Estuve 4 meses en Japón, tuve mi 3D, me enfermé puro culo y fue horrible. O sea, me enfermé como 4 veces mientras estaba allá. Y allá ir al doctor sale súper, 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 súper caro. Es ridículo lo mucho que cuesta. Obviamente lo pagó Yagoo. Obviamente.
Basically, he said, I'm just going to translate for you. He went to Japan. The trip was paid by Yagoo. He got really, really sick. He got effing sick, as he said. And he realized over there in Japan, everything is so super expensive, even medical bills. And Yagoo paid for all of it. And basically, he says, talks about Yagoo, not cover, but Yagoo paying for his trip to Japan. It's way too expensive for him. He also paid multiple doctor appointments. Remember, Hakka was in Japan for 3 to 4 months. And what I really want to show you guys is this in a bit bigger screen. Is this part here.
Todo ese viaje, todos los 4 meses.
This is his 3D there. He showed his 3D. Of course, as we saw, as he freaking saw during his 3D debut, the whole 3D showcase, we saw that. And basically down here it says that it sounded like Hakka had a blast and realized the health issues were such a concern. This tracks with Yagoo supporting stars since the beginning, as well as how he paid for Kobo's extra plane ticket so she could go visit her father. During the father's medical emergency, he paid for it. He's like, you go deal with family first, come back later. He's done that. He's not the first time he's done it. It's probably not going to be the last time he's going to do this. That's how he paid for Kobo's extra plane ticket so he should be back in Indonesia, visit a family member in the hospital, while ID was supposed to be recording Japan last year. In a nutshell, the kind of anecdotes that we normally don't hear about Riku, and why attempts to make him a meme in the past seem so forced. And if I remember, they pitched in for his mom's visit as well, since it was Hakka for Japan for a couple days, and Hakka did mention it. They did spring for Hakka's mom to come visit, kind of, as a help for the mental state, because, of course, when you don't have family over and you're alone, it can be a mental state, a mental hit. But this is just showing the difference between Yagoo and Riku and Nijisanji and Hololive. Hololive takes it as investing in their talents. They're going to get that money back anyways, because, number one, like I said, expenses. Number two, they also get it from the loyalty that is created from the fans to the brand that find out about this, and from the livers to the brand, because they're being treated well. They're being treated with respect. And that's what always should happen in every organization. Treat your livers with respect. Kiara, talking about cover, having some improvements. As I've mentioned before, I am not just all about hating on Nijisanji. I have a lot of criticisms about cover, the things they've done in the past. There's a lot of situations. There's Mano Alo situations. There's a Toa situation. There's a Hitomi Chris way in the early days situation. There's the Yozora Mel, both situations with Yozora Mel. The first one where she was stalked by an actual manager and they did nothing until Yozora Mel went to the police and such. And then they fixed the situation that happened because they didn't take her seriously or whatever. Back in the day, that was like 4 years ago, I think, or more. Even more than that, probably. It was the early days of Yozora Mel that happened. There have been situations, the China situation, the Taiwan-China situation. There's a lot of things to criticize cover on. But the fact that talents can mention the bad things that happen in cover means they are leagues above Nijisanji in the way that they're treating their talents, in my opinion. Again, this is just my opinion, but the evidence is showing that so far. Here's what Kiara says.
Last time, for the 3D debuts, they gave us some setup, but I think it was not like this. I think not as good and well prepared as this, I think. Last time in November when I came to Japan,
the preparation is getting better.
3D. Back then, I booked an Airbnb. Then I asked for some equipment like headphones, mixer, microphone, and they brought me exactly what I asked for. And I brought my own laptop, And I didn't end up using it because they brought it to me kind of late after the days where I would have been available to stream.
So they brought them things, but they did not do it on time. Again, like I said, Cover is a Japanese corporation. It is a corporation, a lot of bureaucracy, a lot of things they need to fix. And I will be here to call them out on it if they mess up, because that is what I'm here for.
This time,
I'm here to make sure to keep them honest, and, well, I'm a small channel, so I can't keep them fully honest, but I keep them as honest as I can, and I try to stay as honest as I can.
Again, I was bringing my gaming laptop. I was bringing, on my own, a second monitor. I brought a mouse. I brought a game capture card and my Switch. Now,
nice.
I asked for, like, all kinds of other stuff. I asked for a mixer, a microphone stand, headphones. Then I get in here. Apparently, they booked the place. I didn't expect that they would have it already prepared. I was like, assistant manager Chan picked me up and I was like, so when do you think they're gonna bring me my equipment, huh? And she was like, no, I think it's already there. And I'm like, I don't believe it. And I came here
because of what happened in the past. She doesn't believe
First of all, they booked a good place, comfortable place.
Nice.
But there's a fat ass PC, like on the ground, a proper tower PC thing.
Oh wow.
And two monitors two proper monitors. They put
They got everything for her. Holy crap.
two proper monitors, and I'm like, last time we used just a table. It's just hard to squeeze all the things on there that we needed. But they actually put an extra, like a fat, heavy steel gaming PC here. Like they must have like unbuilt it and rebuilt it. They must have unbuilt it, brought it here, and built it in here. There's an extra desk from the apartment. It's like a fat ass
gaming desk,
pretty much.
The fat ass gaming desk,
gaming chair.
And we all know Kiara likes fat asses. At least as we can tell right now.
Ass Yamaha AG08.
She keeps saying fat ass,
gaming
so yeah, she
keyboard
likes
that
fat
lights
ass.
up RGB, and an RGB mouse, and a fat ass Elgato mic stand. Hello, and a nice Shure mic that I requested. Thank God.
She got her Shure mic.
They just brought it here. Like, what? I can't believe they brought so much stuff. Why is this here? Why is there so much stuff here? I was so discombobulated. I'm amazed. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Wow,
I mean, she would
they
be.
are making things, better. Probably, I'm guessing this is how Advent has been living these past months.
Living the
with a
best
nice
life,
setup.
yes.
Thank you, Stuffer-san. I did not expect there to be so much stuff. They even like cabled everything. I didn't have to do anything pretty much except figure out that the USB hub thing is now since Advent's 3D debuts, they have like budget to fly in a member from overseas to have as a guest. Like, the company pays for it.
Oh, wow.
That wasn't the thing before. But it's a thing now, probably because they were like, well, otherwise, the only ones you can really invite most of the time are the ones who reside in Japan.
Yeah, exactly.
And what if you besties with someone who's not residing in Japan and you really want to invite them? But like, why would you, expect from them to pay for it just to be in your 3D debut? So, yeah, that's super neat.
It is super neat. It's amazing.
It's really good. Yeah. So things are always getting better each year. So, Kaela was flown in for that, I suppose.
Yes.
Took them 4 years to understand that there's a world out of Japan. No, that's not true. Because 4 years ago, Myth debuted that, and that is at the latest where they understood that there's a world out there. Yeah.
That is what I'm saying. Cover has a lot of things to improve on. Like the fact that Kiara could go out there and be like, they messed up with this, they messed up with that. I had to bring my own stuff. I had to do my own Airbnb. They never flew out people for your 3Ds. Things like that. Nijisanji, you'd never hear it. You would never be able to hear it because they don't allow that to happen. It says, so basically they're over-equipped and over-prepared for everything. That's good. Now let's see the other company. Fart with Reverb, of course. Clip by Holo Guidon. Thanks for providing the credit, the audacity to do it to not only translate, but also try to teach Japanese or English words to learners. This is the person I want to give credit to as well. This is the person here trying to teach. They're trying to, translate English, Japanese, etc. That's a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to do this. Of course, this is their channel. And yeah, I'm glad that Kiara was able to make some kind of criticisms. Crony was able to do the same thing. Even the Japanese people are able to complain about certain things. You never see that from any color. You never see that from the Black Company. As you know, I am an objective observer, at least try to stay as objective as possible, but I do give my opinions on things going on. This is something with Rev, and of course, whenever I mention Rev, I get a lot of hate from all sides for some reason, but I'm still going to mention it. VTuber Rev shares Claude Clawmark's tweet, but then gets blocked. The Claude Clawmark tweet that mentioned is just keep it behind closed doors, and it's fine. Talking about what Claude Clawmark was talking about, specifically in this picture, is remember how, there are some people who end up doing a little bit too much pro shipping, and he recently came out against it. If you didn't watch one of my videos mentions that he recently came out against shippers, people shipping him with another man, other males, other people, females, whatever, shipping them together, which means that, making them into relationships, etc. He didn't like that, and he said as long as you keep it behind closed doors, he doesn't care, but don't make it public. And he put it out there. The thing is, Claude blocked him because of the specific opinion Rev put out there. It's Rev's opinion. He is very much entitled to it. He has his own take on everything. It can be more of an extreme take than what I take, because I try to stay on the objective side. There are a lot of people who flow on either one side or the other, and they have their own, things, whatever. I'm not going to judge them based on that. But that doesn't stop people here from judging them, and holy crap, they judge them. Even though I really dislike Nijisanji due to the recent history of toxic work environment, bullying from management staffs, and one of the livers a 2% merch cut, low effort, Rev is no different, honestly, along with Nux, Hirohei, and other YouTubers who milk the drama for the sake of views. I'm pretty sure they include me in this. Plus, Rev put the lowest effort into his content by just reading random tweets and manufacturing it instead of, being entertaining. Additionally, note that adding woke into his videos makes content automatically worth skipping, according to this person. Seriously, people use that word. Like, yeah, I don't use woke ever. It's been overused, in my opinion. My personal opinion. It's been overused. It's become a meme at this point. It is, basically almost like, the other stuff, other types of words people use for people that they don't like. So I don't know. That's the way I just take it. Take it as you will. I'm not, judging anyone who uses it, but I just don't use it personally in my whole thing, in my lexicon. I would save only Nux. He's a scumbag, but he manages to be funny. Rev not only is vile, but monotone, condescending, and patronizing tone gives me a flashes of clog his mouth with his own twin tail. Not to mention his avatar is just Nico Yazawa, but with glasses and elf ears. Talk about low effort, according to this person. I'm surprised Sunrise or Bandai didn't sue him. It's enough of a legally distinct. He made it legally distinct, and that's why he can't get sued. One thing I will give Nux is that he's pretty upfront that he's an asshole and likes cackling at drama from the sidelines, just get paid up for comedy. Rev, on the other hand, is just an a-hole railing against wokeness and cashing in on the drama. According to this person, remember, these are not my personal beliefs, but these are the beliefs of the people that I'm reading. Don't blame Claude. Rev is one of those drama tubers that turns any single tweet into a long drama video, then acts smug when people block him, as he views it as a badge of honor. There's a decent chance that Rev took an extra 30 minutes before uploading this video trying to find a way to jam the word woke into his title, but eventually gave up. Rev has had some W's recently, but Rev is also 100% in the category of drama tuber, as opposed to news tubers, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure people put me in the drama tuber thing, so I'm not on my high horse. I'm not in any of that. I am very much seen as a toxic drama tuber by a lot of people. It is completely unsurprising that one or more of them would block him when half his tweets are callouts. Earned or not, it's unsurprising that he gets blocked, and honestly, the fact that he made a video about it kind of backhandedly justifies Claude doing it. VTuber, drama tuber, clown Rev gets blocked. Shocking. More interesting news at 11. Who cares? He deserves to get blocked, as if that means anything, by the way. It's Twitter equivalent to terminally online. Look, you stopped responding, I win mentality. Maturing is realizing that you don't have to put up with BS that random ass strangers online send your way. That's why I try not to check, and I try not to ego search, because when I did ego search, I've seen a lot of hate towards me. A lot of it is from Nijisanji's sisters. A lot of it is from Nijisanji defenders. A lot of it is from defenders of other people who hate me. So, it's going to be that's the way it's going to be. You're going to get hated. And obviously, Rev is not liked here at all. There is pretty much nothing positive happening here for Rev. Like, no one is saying positive things here for Rev. You may like him, you may dislike him. He's doing his own thing. I'm just kind of as a leave it be. I do not judge people for the type of content that they make. It fits with their audience. Their audience loves it. Well, good enough. It's never too hard to meme on Uki. In this case, it's meme on Uki because of the recent Avalum, I believe it is, male Valorant thing. It's the Avalum male Valorant situation. They're having a little tournament thing going on there. And of course, Fulgur is part of it, as are a lot of others. He's too white. What do you mean? Honestly, White Man and Hollow Stars EN is way funnier than Uki. Joking. LMAO, get F. I'm not even going to try to watch Leo's PV. Uki and Xander, another brand, and a collab together sounds like everything I don't like. So yeah, a lot of people don't like them. But yeah, Uki being the person who, of course, doesn't like white people for whatever reason. Very strange. I'm a person of color, and even I find that very strange. This is a shout out to a way bigger than me, VTuber. That's Shioripon, who is a doctor IRL. I believe they're a doctor in the Philippines, from what I've heard. And they use 70% of stream income to help her patients. She also gets noticed mostly when she shows booba. Bro, I would have said, Mom, I'm in the news, but all of my tweets had to be this one. Oh, talking about the booba. It had to be the one where she showed booba. She was in the news. She also occasionally shows receipts for the stuff she pays for her patients. Let's take a look. It's always great to see these things. It's always great when you get to see these wonderful things pop up. Around 2 months ago, had a patient who underwent an emergency exploratory laparotomy for ischemia. Basically, a part of her intestines died and necrosed and, started becoming stinky because of a thrombus. They say, I think the part got too big or whatever and started choking out the rest of it. They removed that part of the bowels and she recovered well. Around a week ago, she came back for medicine and things like that. These medicines are absolutely necessary for the survival of these people. it starts going bad. These are 11,000 with VAT exempt sales. Gcash, I think Google Cash or Gcash might be something that is in the Philippines from what I've heard, from what I've been told. VAT is still pretty high. If that were in the US, I would believe that being dollars. I actually would believe that being dollars in the US. It says 100% geolocates a country immediately, and I will 100% confirm that yes, medical expenses are beyond common pension in said country, not because it's gone out of control, not like the US, but due to the simple fact that large majority living below what many other countries consider the poverty line. Total cost of what's shown there in US dollars is about 192 if they're right about the country, which is the Philippine peso. Even I, someone who can find what little time there is to enjoy VTubers with a working internet connection, can confirm this is above what many can afford. $5 a month for savings is considered doing very well. Just under $200 is approaching life-changing money, and in this case, life-saving. And this is because they are supposedly, it is wild to think sometimes $5 or €5 can be life-changing to somebody. And, you know, it is supposedly cheap over here in the US, but even in the US, like for example, me, $5 is life-saving. $5 is life-changing. $5 means I can get an extra meal, that type of thing, you know? And when you have very few meals to begin with, $5 is a lot. Jumping in Hakka and stream is enough for a month or more. I'm happy to hear some people helping her others in a difficult position. I have been donating $200 per month to a friend in Indonesia while she studies is apparently equivalent to a senior engineer salary over there. While for me, that's 2 restaurants. And again, another one here. Since late 2020, 100% of my payouts were put aside for my patients who might need help, and these payouts have been very helpful to them. We've saved a lot of people and can't thank you enough. As of April 2022, I already started having payouts every month, so earning has somewhat become stable. Also, I have been studying merch in conventions, which is good. Always good to sell merch. So I am also earning more money. Because of this, I'm able to save much more than enough for patients. So starting this year, I want to be able to take a portion of the payouts and save them for stream and content upgrades and improvement. There's 70% of payouts to patients, 30% of the streams, which makes sense because you have to improve things eventually. That's what I started doing, improving things here and there. Again, thank you so much. Love you all. That type of stuff. I always enjoy seeing VTubers pop and they're actually doing amazing jobs. It's refreshing and reminds me why I enjoy this hobby. Literally live with anime blanks. That's awesome. Saving lives with anime TDs is what they say. Booba saved lives. Booba saving lives. To be a VTuber, if she's a doctor, she must live in a very rural area. I actually made a video about this. Basically, yeah, she has time. She makes time. You can make time to be a VTuber if you really want to, if you really need to. This is Shioripon. This is, you know, the VTuber Booba that they're talking about. The schedule is all depending. Since yesterday, I got a huge surge of followers and subs across my platforms. I got 17K here on Twitter, 5K on my main YouTube channel, went over there, 100% on my VOD channel, 100 on my VOD channel, and finally received 9K on Twitch. Thank you and welcome to the new people I don't know. I don't stream yesterday because I'm very busy at work. I try my best to do at least 2 to 3 streams per week. Hope you enjoy my content. And this is their, you know, they're increasing everything. They've gotten 5K subscribers on the Shioripon thing. They've gotten 9K followers on their Twitch. Hi Doc, was able to finally catch a stream of yours and are able to explain stuff well, easy to understand. So that's always great to see. It's always great to see these people do that. And that's why I wanted to kind of have this out there as something separate from Nijisanji. It's kind of an amazing thing for people to do this. Humongous news for Sayu. This is something that is amazing for anybody that is a gamer, anybody who's a VTuber, anybody who's anything like that. Guess who's about to be in a video game? Me! On Friday at 7 p.m. PDT. It's cute and funny, and you guys will never guess how awesome this is. Never knew Sayu would secure that ZZZ collab. I wish, though. Please pray harder. Very happy for you. This has got to be a dream come true. I'm excited to see what's going on. It's a hype, of course. Nafi says it's hype. Apollo says let's go. It's exciting. What game? It doesn't matter the game. The fact is, whether it be an indie game or another game, it's still a dream of anyone who is a gamer to be in this stuff and to actually be in a game. Sayu, as you can see here, is very, very excited. It is a very good thing for Sayu, and I'm hoping the best for her. A lot of people are saying, let's go, time to really, appreciate the stuff, time to go and do what needs to be done. Go and be yourself. I'm pretty sure she's gonna be playing it on Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, because she is in the Pacific. She is in California, just like I am. So yeah, Sayu's like me for real. Yeah, right. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, she's having that wonderful moment, and I'm very, very happy for Sayu. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the VTuber Showcase that I always do in order to give back to the community that's given so much to me. I go in search of small and medium-sized VTubers who are trying to make it out in the world, just like everyone like myself, and just trying to give some positivity back into the community, trying to do something to help everyone out. This is Alex Turell, the Little Bro VTuber. They are cute and say so bilingual, English and Spanish. Little Bro VTuber is also track maker and an illustrator who wants to release an album and make you smile. Let's look at the thing that they put out there. They finally have reached 50 subscribers. They're at 54 right now because I recently subscribed. And we're going to take a look, the moment you've all been waiting for. Take a look at this.
I'm the third son to the world. You can say some Vtuber Doctor. And the time of my debut is getting more closer by the minute. And recently, I reached 100,000 followers.
That is an amazing thing to do. So that is what they were able to do with there. Let's take a look at actual gameplay that they have to see a little bit of their personality. And he goes through all the trouble of actually getting like subtitles. So that makes sense because of course and it even has a little input, like for the key binding inputs, the key inputs. So yeah, he's taking a look. It's good. I mean, I'm gonna keep my eye on him because I do want him to grow. I do want everything to grow positively. He's using a voice changer, obviously. That's why the voice is seeming a little bit different. But I look forward to seeing them grow. And of course, thank you so much, Alex Turell, for being a part of the VTuber Showcase. And I really do hope that you continue growing because I know how it was to be a small VTuber. I still am one, but I know how it is to be on streams and, have one or two people come in and you having the time of your life. And that's what I want for you. So hopefully this happens and the VTuber Showcase is going to continue. And if you have any VTubers that you, if you're a VTuber and you want to be a part of it, I always have in the description and in the pinned comment, I have the form there that you can take a look at and you can submit yourself to it. That is all for right now. Of course, comment, like, and subscribe down below. Thank you for being here. Of course, I love having the conversations with you guys. I love having these things with you guys. And I do appreciate it whenever you guys do comment. Take a look at my description for my socials. There's a Discord, there's Twitter, there's other places that you can check me out, Twitch, etc. And also check on your screen right now because there might be a video that you might enjoy. Thank you.